Hi everyone, my name is Cheryl. Welcome to my Happy Handcraft Studio. Well, it's springtime in Alberta. One day the robins are outside my study, tapping on the window and admiring themselves or looking for friends. I'm not sure what the case was. And the next day we have 8 inches of snow. And it's all wonderful. We're very happy about whatever snow we get. We're looking to a very dry spring and summer in Alberta. So the more moisture we get now, the better. It's been a very busy time. Spring is very busy for me. We are getting ready for the Ujama Grandma Fabric and Yarn sale. And this sale happens Friday, May 3rd to Sunday, May 5th at the Garrison Curling Club in Calgary. And we have everything a maker's heart desires. I work in the quilting area. We have thousands and thousands of pieces of quilt fabric. There's home decor fabric, all kinds of yarn, books and patterns. We have what's called a hard goods area, which would have sewing machines, knitting machines. Sometimes we have looms, craft furniture. It's anything that we're really not sure of that's big goes into hard goods. We have the craft area where you find, your normal crafting supplies, beads, craft kits, felt, sequins, but also that's where we have our cross stitch and needlepoint kits. And like last year, we also have vintage needlework that we've collected from another charity, the Rotaries of Calgary, and those are for sale. So if you want to adopt a beautiful piece of handwork, please look there. We have general fabric, which is everything that you can make your garments and things from for $2 a meter. And then we have specialty fabrics like linens, wools, silks that are priced accordingly. And we also have a special boutique area this year for kits that are over $100, whether it's yarn or quilting. It's those special items that we know people will want to take home. So for the Friday, it is a ticketed event, and most of the first part of the day has sold out, but we have so much fabric, we will not run out. And in the quilting area, we didn't actually get all of our quilt fabric out last year. We just had so much. So you can expect every day that there will be new fabrics. And as the piles go down, what's underneath is exposed. So you get to see new things every day. So definitely the place to be the first weekend of May. And if you see me in quilting, please say hello. I'd love to meet you. Judy is going to be helping with the sale as well. So Judy, the city stitcher, she's involved now. You have to, she'll probably blame me for that too, knowing Judy. Yeah, I can just hear her blaming me for everything she brings home from the fabric and yarn sale, but that's okay. I'll do anything for charity, so there we go. All right, so because it's a huge event, there's been a lot of prep, and so my stitching is really quite minimal, and focused, we'll say that. So my first whip go piece for April was Queen Elizabeth II in Her Coronation Dress by Teresa Gil. And was working down in this area, it takes a lot of time to get 1,200 stitches in a piece like this because it's very confetti. It's 2 or 3 stitches of each color in some of these flowers, but it's coming. I'm happy with the progress. So that was the first piece for April. And then the next piece for Whipco was Simplicity Vintage. So Simplicity Vintage is this dimensions kit that I picked up last year for my birthday. So this was a birthday start last year in April. And I would really like it to be finished this April or close to it. Just with everything happening, it may not be totally finished, but it's almost done. So what I have left is a few more of these background stitches. I need to write Simplicity Vintage, and I need to do all of the back stitching. So that will take, several days still, but it's almost ready for this year. And then the final piece that I've been working on is my 52-week book tracker, and that is coming along. Last time people asked if there were going to be other objects besides books, and yes, so there's a little elephant bookend holding that up, and then here there's going to be some plants and a clock. So stitching at the library on last Saturday, this is what I worked on. I had done a half stitch of the shelving, and then as we visited, I was able to just complete the shelves. So that was good use of my time. It's always wonderful to visit with the people at the library. Stitching at the library is planned by Judy, the city stitcher, and it's just a lovely way to spend a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon stitching with friends, seeing what people are working on. It's been great. So this weekend, I'm going to be attending a mini stitching retreat in Calgary. It's hosted by Embroidery Marketplace, and it's Saturday, Sunday, and looking forward to meeting some new stitchers in the area. They'll be great. And I'm going to be doing my birthday start. So I have 2 starts for my birthday. One I've had, I think, since last summer. And it's this one here. And it's called Be Joyful in Hope. And it's a dimensions kit. I picked it up at Mr. Frame in St. Albert, which is just near Edmonton, Alberta, north of us. So love the colors, and this was what I had been planning on starting, like I said, for, almost a year for my birthday. But with the Nashville releases, I found another one that I really want to start. And this is 324. I might have mentioned that I picked this pattern up, and I would like to start this for my birthday and look at doing, a motif or a block and a block every day for this year. I'm not sure if that's possible. I haven't really looked into it. Now, I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to start it this weekend because I don't have fabric yet. I just haven't had time to drive the 45 minutes that I need to drive to pick up fabric. But I'm hoping that at the retreat that Embroidery Marketplace has, that there may be fabric available there that I can purchase for this. If not, maybe next week I'll take a drive to Cochrane to the Stitch and Corner and see if I can pick up some fabric. So I'm excited to have 2 new starts that I can hopefully have done in a year. Birthday starts to me are like, let's try to get it done this year. Celebrate your birthday all year long and get it done. So that's what I'm hoping for. All right, so some other sewing that I've been doing. For the Ujamagramas, we have a big handcraft sale. This is another one that we have, and this is in October of the year. And all year long, our members work at creating things for the handcraft sale. And it was my turn with a friend to host one of our sew days. And what we do is we come up with some ideas of what we think could sell at the sale, or that our members would enjoy making. You know, like some of these things, yes, maybe they'll sell at the sale, but maybe you just want to make them for yourself and your family. So here are 3 projects that I shared. And it's, you make up these projects, you find them, you know, on Pinterest or YouTube, and you know, I personally like them, but you never know how they're going to resonate with people. So anyways, the first one that I'd been planning on doing all along were some quilted Christmas cards. So our sale is in October, so it's kind of getting ready for the Christmas market season. And so I've made some quilted cards, and they're just blank inside, and in different kinds of Christmas fabrics. And then this one has an ornament on it. So I had kits already, and people took kits, happy to try making some cards. And then I'd seen a hanging dish towel pattern that is on YouTube, and it was done by Notches, and Notches has they have some really good videos. Well, what it is you're making a tea towel that's going to hang over like the handle on your oven, or depending on the kind of handles you have in your home. And so I've made 2 from this towel. So this is, you know, just a gray kind of linen-y towel. You cut it in half, and because we were doing things for seasonal, this is kind of a gray toned Christmas fabric, and then I wanted a fabric that was not seasonal. So I made these 2 from the gray towel, and it's a really nice way that she does them. And then I had a blue towel, and I did one with this Christmas fabric, and then I did one that is for every day. So I'd really recommend, if you're interested in, you know, a towel for your kitchen, great way to do some seasonal ones. I think I'll look for tea towels and maybe find some that I could use around Thanksgiving or Halloween as well. So that was those. And then the final one is a pattern that I made a couple of years ago and then made some new ones just now. This is from sewcanshe.com. So I've signed up for the sewcanshe.com newsletter that comes out daily, and every day there's a featured pattern. And this pattern is called Adorable Owls. And like I said, I made them a couple of years ago in a couple of sizes and decided to make a couple more. So this is the first one I made, and this one has really good weight to it because I used all my scraps from my quilting in it. So I shredded up the scraps and put them in here. And then the pattern comes in the 2 sizes. I made this little one as well. This one I'm going to make as a Christmas tree ornament, and I've just purchased little clips so that you could actually clip them on the branches of the tree. So we'll see. The people at Sew Day love these, and they want to make them in all the sizes. I had made one where you just enlarge the pattern, so I have this great big one that'd be good like for a doorstop if you put more weight in it. I think some people want to have like a family of owls. So I like kind of a fatter, fluffier owl, but you know, you try these things, you see how they're going to work. There's lots of scrap fabric in there, so that's kind of all contained now. So the links for these patterns will be in my description box so that you can check them out. All right, and last thing, I've been reading some great books again. Like there's so many really good books. And I'm going to share a few of them with you. So the first one is a mystery. It's All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Crosby. And this is really a gritty, quite violent mystery that involves a local sheriff who is black in a southern town. So there is that racial unrest in this novel, and there's a serial killer, and everything that happens in the community when this serial killer or killers come to light. Definitely a page turner. It was really you just had to know who was the last one that was involved. So the next book, Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. It really, really popular. It's a bestseller. And it is a page turner for people who like fantasy, dragon, and young adult sex scenes kind of thing. So it's a spicy book, but it is also a page turner. You really want to find out more about Violet Sorengale, who is the main character. Very much on the same lines as Divergent, where a young person needs to go through many tests and trials to live, basically, and to succeed. It's not the kind of book that's usually on my radar, but because one of my goals this year in reading is to go, to read different genres. Well, fantasy is one of those areas that I don't usually read, and this was one of the top fantasy books from 2023. The next book is I've got a couple quirky ones, but this is the first quirky one, and it's called Leonard and Hungry Paul. And this is a debut novel by Ronan Hessian. And, I've never read a book like this. It's about two young men in their 30s who are friends. And they like their jobs. They like their families. They have hobbies. They enjoy spending time with their family and friends. It's all about choosing to live simple, quiet lives. And we follow these two young men for a couple of weeks. We see what happens in their life. At the beginning, they are really, I think they're depicted as losers. They're not what we would typically call heroes of a story. But I think your attitude towards them will change by the end. How these two characters live and how they live their lives. It's good. I liked it. And so the next quirky book is the Kamigawa Food Detectives by Hisashi Kashiway. And I read another one of the books by this author previously. It was Before the Coffee Gets Cold. And this one is about a father-daughter food detectives. They have this nondescript restaurant that people find by chance. And their job, what they do for their clients, is they recreate dishes that people treasure the memory of. So each chapter is a different person coming in wanting to have a recipe for a dish that was important to them in their life. Maybe it was the person who made it, maybe it was the situation where they ate it. It's charming. It is definitely repetitive. Like each chapter, it follows the same format, but each customer that comes in has a different dish and a different reason for wanting the recipe. And the father goes out and uses his detective skills to find out where the original dish was made, what the ingredients would have been that they would have used, and kind of the backstory of the dish and maybe the people and the place where it was created. It's really good. So for me, it makes me think, like what dish from my past would I like the recipe for? And when I think about this, I think about my mother's potato soup. My favorite meal that I would ask for my birthday was potato soup. And, it was potato and onion and celery, and I think she put bacon in hers. I don't remember. But she always cooked little dumplings on the top. She'd make up this dumpling dough and drop little bits in, and it would cook up in the soup. I've never made that. I've never seen a recipe for putting, I think they're like egg dumplings. Well, I'm not sure. So that would be my recipe that I would love to have recreated. Do you have a dish that, like I wish I would have had the recipe for that, or I wish I would have watched my mother or grandmother or father make that dish? I'd love to hear what you think. And then the final book was great. It was really a page turner. I think I read it in 3 days. It's James by Percival Everett. So Percival Everett wrote the book Erasure, and the movie American Fiction is based on his book Erasure. And it was really good. They're already talking that this could be the Pulitzer Prize book for 2025, so that'll be interesting. So what James is, it's a retelling of Huckleberry Finn from Mark Twain, but it's written from the viewpoint of Jim. So Jim is a slave, and when he hears he's going to be sold, he runs away. Huck Finn, at the same time, has faked his own death to escape his violent father. And now people think that Jim killed Huck. So they're on the river and they're looking for Jim's freedom. So very similar to the Huckleberry Finn story, but it's Jim's viewpoint. So we hear what life has been like for Jim as a slave. If there's a lot about language, the slave language and other language. Slave language in this book is the way that slaves communicated when white people were around to protect, I would think, protect themselves, so that they appeared not to be as intelligent and thoughtful as they truly were. It's always good to have other viewpoints, and this one it's great. It really is good. It will definitely be the book that I'll be recommending to all my friends to read in this next while. It would definitely be a book you'll remember. Do you have to read Huckleberry Finn first? No. It's a great standalone story. But if you've read Huckleberry Finn, and I mean I haven't read Huckleberry Finn for 50 plus years, but I know the story enough that I can see the similarities. All right, so it's been a great visit with you. I hope you found something to take away from my floss tube today. Remember, if you're in the Calgary area, come to the sale, say hello. If you're not in the Calgary area, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad for you because you're going to miss out. But I am sure that after the sale, I will have treasures to share with you and lots of fun things that happen during the sale. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being with me today. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.